Are you tired of boring furniture? Want to add industrial edge, modern minimalism, or rustic character to your space? It all starts from the ground up, with legs. Hello and welcome to our channel. Today we're diving deep into the world of metal table legs, from hairpin to trestle, DIY to custom fabrication. We'll cover styles, engineering, installation, and pro secrets you won't find anywhere else. So you're thinking about metal table legs? That's a fantastic choice. Whether you're after an industrial vibe, a sleek modern look, or even a touch of rustic charm, metal legs can completely transform a piece of furniture. But before you get swept away by all the gorgeous styles out there, there are a few key things to consider that will make or break your project. First, think about what you're actually building. Is it a heavy dining table that needs to withstand daily life, or a light, floating console? The table's purpose and weight will directly dictate how thick your legs need to be and what kind of support structure you should plan for. Always check the load rating. A dining table leg isn't just holding up a slab of wood, it's supporting people leaning on it, sitting on it, and all the things we put on top. Then, consider your tabletop material. A massive stone or solid wood top demands much sturdier legs, often with extra support like aprons or crossbars, compared to a lightweight plywood or glass top. Proportion is everything, too. Standard heights are a great starting point, like 29 inches for dining or 18 for a coffee table, but the visual balance is key. Skinny, spindly legs under a chunky slab can look a bit precarious, while legs that are too thick might dominate the design. Next up, how will you attach them? The simplest method is top-mounted, where you just bolt them directly to the underside. Plate-mounted legs offer great stability with a flat, pre-drilled plate. And for a super clean, integrated look, you can go with inserted or pocketed legs that slide right into a channel on the table's apron. Finally, don't forget about the finish and where the table will live. A powder coat is incredibly durable and comes in just about any color you can imagine, making it perfect for a busy kitchen. If you love the raw industrial look, raw steel with a clear coat can work, but know it may develop a patina or rust over time, especially in humid spaces. Finishes like brass or blackened steel are also hugely popular for adding a specific style. Now, with those practical considerations in mind, let's explore the fun part, the styles. For a modern, minimalist feel, you can't go wrong with the mid-century icon, hairpin legs. Those three slender rods bent into a U-shape create a light, airy look, almost like the tabletop is floating. They're perfect for desks, consoles, and lighter tables. If you want something with a bit more structure, tapered square tube legs are sleek, angular, and very stable, with that slight taper adding a subtle visual detail. Or for a softer modernism, check out round tapered legs, sometimes called cigar legs. And for maximum legroom and a real sculptural statement, a single pedestal base, often with a tripod or splayed design, is a stunning choice for round tables or statement desks. If industrial chic is more your speed, think raw, utilitarian materials. Raw, unfinished steel tube with visible welds screams workshop authenticity. You can seal it with a matte, clear coat to lock in that look. Black iron pipe fittings are incredibly DIY-friendly and customizable, letting you build anything from a simple frame to a complex H-base for a sturdy workbench. And channel legs, made from C or U-channel steel, have this great graphic quality, especially when you mount them with the open side facing out. Looking to blend styles? That's where traditional and hybrid designs come in. A metal trestle base takes that classic, sturdy form and gives it a modern twist, perfect for a long farmhouse-style table. Splayed legs, which angle out from the top, offer amazing stability and a dynamic silhouette that works in both modern and rustic settings. And you can always soften the industrial feel by mixing materials. Think a steel frame with wooden feet caps or a wooden stretcher. And for the true showstoppers, the world of creative, statement-making legs is wide open. Imagine geometric frames in bold shapes like triangles or X's, acting as art pieces themselves, or asymmetrical, sculptural forms made from bent rods and custom welds. Even a simple hoop or circle base can create an incredibly cohesive, modern look for a round table. But it's not just about the style of the leg, it's about how you arrange them. The layout completely changes the function and feel. The standard 4 legs is the most common. Just be sure to inset them from the corners for a more refined look. For cleaner lines and better knee clearance, especially on desks, a 2-leg system with a connecting apron or stretcher along each side is a brilliant choice. For long tables, an H-frame base, with 2 H-shaped ends connected by a central beam, is incredibly stable. And for the ultimate in solidity, a full perimeter frame or box frame that the top sits on or inside distributes weight perfectly and gives a very grounded, substantial look. When you're ready to bring your idea to life, you have options. Ready-made legs from online retailers are great, especially for beginners diving into a DIY hairpin leg project. For something truly unique, seek out a local metal fabricator or welder. Just come prepared with sketches and dimensions. And if you love the industrial pipe look, that's a very accessible DIY project with just a pipe wrench and some thread sealant, though remember, it gets heavy. For finishing, while spray paint can work, a professional powder coat is in a different league for durability and scratch resistance. And when it comes to installation, always use the right hardware. For a heavy top, threaded inserts in the wood are a far stronger choice than just wood screws. So to bring it all together, if you're feeling a mid-century modern vibe, lean towards hairpin or tapered round legs in black or brass. For contemporary style, look at tapered square tubes or a single pedestal in matte black or bronze. Industrial, go for pipe, raw steel, or channel. Rustic or modern farmhouse finds its character in splayed legs or a metal trestle with a blackened steel finish. Scandinavian simplicity calls for slim, tapered shapes in white or light gray. And for an artistic statement, embrace geometric shapes, sculptural forms, or mixed metals in bold colors. Here's a wonderful piece of advice. Scale is everything. When in doubt, choose legs that are slightly thicker or heavier than you first think. It almost always looks more intentional and gives you that peace of mind. Because a well-chosen metal leg doesn't just hold up your table, it tells its story and defines its entire character. Use a slightly more technical, yet still conversational, deep dive tone. All right, let's get into the advanced stuff. The engineering, the materials, the techniques that take a good table base and make it a great one. It all starts with knowing your metals. When we talk about metal legs, we're usually talking about steel, and there are a few key types. The most common is mild steel or low-carbon steel. It's the workhorse, affordable, easy to weld, bend, and paint. But it will rust in a heartbeat, so it always needs a protective finish. For places where moisture is a concern, like kitchens, bathrooms, or outdoors, stainless steel is the upgrade. It's corrosion-resistant but comes with a higher price tag and those beautiful brushed or polished finishes. And for parts under serious stress, there's carbon steel, which is harder and can be heat-treated. But steel isn't the only player. Aluminum is a fantastic option if you need something lightweight. It's about 1/3 the weight of steel, and it's naturally rust-resistant. It can be anodized to get those rich gold, black, or bronze colors. Just know welding aluminum is a specialty job. Then there's the classic wrought iron, perfect for that traditional forged look with decorative scrollwork, though it's heavy and needs a finish. And for a touch of luxury, brass and bronze offer warm, glowing finishes that develop a characterful patina over time. Now, thickness matters just as much as material type. We measure this in gauge, and here's the crucial thing to remember. A lower gauge number means a thicker, stronger material. For a light-duty side table, 16-gauge tube might be fine. For a standard dining table or desk, you'd step up to 14-gauge. For a heavy-duty workbench or a large dining table, you're looking at 12-gauge or even thicker. A good rule of thumb, for square or round tube legs in a home, 14 to 16-gauge is standard. For hairpin legs on a dining table, aim for a rod diameter between 3/8 and a 1/2 inch. Choosing the right metal is step 1. Step 2 is making sure it's engineered not to wobble. This is the problem of racking, that diagonal sway you get in a 4-legged table without proper bracing. The solutions are all about creating triangles and connections. An apron system, a frame that ties the legs together under the tabletop, is a classic fix. So are stretchers, those horizontal bars connecting the legs. You can place them low near the floor for maximum stability, or high up just below the apron for better legroom. For ultimate rigidity, nothing beats cross-bracing, adding diagonal members to form triangles, nature's strongest shape. And at the joints, little triangular plates called gussets or kickers add a huge amount of strength. When it comes to actually attaching the legs, you've got options beyond basic screws. For heavy tables you might want to disassemble, threaded inserts set into the wood are a game changer. T-nuts create a strong, hidden connection from underneath. For the cleanest look, you can have weld nuts set inside the tubes so bolts come in from the outside with no hardware visible. And don't forget the feet. Threaded leveling glides can adjust for an uneven floor, and heavy-duty levelers or even retractable casters can add serious functionality. Some projects have special demands. Outdoor furniture, for instance, needs materials that can fight the elements. Think 304 or 316 stainless steel, aluminum, or properly coated galvanized steel. The design needs to shed water, with drainage holes, elevated feet, and rounded edges to keep the finish from failing. A floating console table is a dramatic look, but it's all physics. Those hidden cantilever brackets have to resist the moment force, the weight of the table multiplied by its distance from the wall, and you'll need serious anchors, like 3 lag bolts into wall studs. Even a classic hairpin leg has engineering details. A 3-rod design is far stronger than a 2-rod because of triangulation. The mounting plate should be at least 2 by 4 inches for a dining table, and the rod diameter needs to match the load. The finish is where personality really comes through. For an industrial look, you might start with hot-rolled steel that's been pickled and oiled, or even accelerate a rust patina with vinegar or peroxide before sealing it. You can blacken steel with gun bluing or by heating it with a torch to get those rainbow heat colors. Of course, modern powder coating offers incredible durability and endless options, from textured finishes like wrinkle or hammer tone, to metallics, to a clear coat that shows off every weld and grind mark. For something truly unique, you can explore electroplating, or force a patina on copper or brass with ammonia or liver of sulfur. If you're going the custom fabrication route, the process usually flows from design to finish. It starts with detailed sketches and a cut list. Then you select your specific material, like DOM tubing for smooth, visible ends, or Schedule 40 pipe for that rugged industrial feel. During fabrication, techniques like notching and precise bending are key, and controlling weld distortion by tacking everything first is a pro move. After grinding and sandblasting, the piece is ready for its final finish, followed by rigorous quality checks for squareness and stability. Even with the best plans, things can go wrong. A wobbly table might need adjustable feet or a new stretcher. Squeaking often comes from metal-on-metal contact, solved by felt pads or thread locker. Rust spots need sanding and a touch-up. If legs are bowing, the material is simply too thin for the load. And if a wood top is separating from a rigid metal frame, you likely need to accommodate wood movement with slotted holes or flexible clips. Looking ahead, the future is exciting. We're seeing parametric designs cut by water jets, hybrid pieces using 3D printed connectors, and even smart legs with built-in wireless charging or LED lighting. Sustainability is growing, with more recycled metals, and designs are becoming more transformable and organic. As for cost, it varies wildly. DIY with mild steel tubing might cost a few dollars a foot, while a complex custom fabrication can run into the thousands. A simple 4-leg set could take a DIYer a half day, but a pro might knock it out in a couple of hours. Finally, trust your eye with the Goldilocks test. From the side, legs that are too skinny will make the table look top-heavy. Legs that are too thick will dominate it. You want that just right balance where the legs complement the top. A good starting formula is to make the leg width at the top about 1.5 to 2.5 times the thickness of your tabletop. Because in the end, the best metal leg design does more than just hold up a table. Thin, splayed legs feel light and dynamic. Thick, straight legs communicate stability and permanence. A curved leg feels soft and approachable, while an angular one feels precise and intellectual. Your choice tells a story of honesty, of craft, of intention. So choose the material, the engineering, and the finish that lets that story shine through beautifully and flawlessly. And there you have it, the complete guide to thinking about, choosing, and working with metal table legs. Whether you go with ready-made hairpins or custom-welded steel, remember, the legs set the entire personality of your piece. Now I want to hear from you. What's your favorite metal leg style? Are you team hairpin, team industrial pipe, or team custom fabrication? Drop it in the comments below. I read every single one. If this video helped you or gave you inspiration, hit that like button. It really supports the channel. And subscribe if you haven't yet for more furniture deep dives every day. Until next time, keep making.